All right, part 2 of my fundraising journey. VC, angel investors, I'm not really sure, but this is my journey. So I'm taking you along with me. So let's quickly talk about the fact that I created 48 pages of my pitch deck telling whoever's going to look at this how great and how wonderful Nifty was. And all of these things, everything you're not supposed to do, I did. And so I submitted a letter to Y Combinator, and I want to go back through that story because it's actually a great story. And it is this. By a fluke, actually, Y Combinator bought a gift from us about a year ago, and I really wasn't sure what company they were. I definitely look into my clients, who they are, just because we're in the gifting business, and so because of that I want to know what type of person is purchasing this, and then what company, as well as who are the recipients of this gift. This is very big for me because we do so much custom work. So the guy was great who I was working with there, but I looked up how to write a pitch deck, and a gentleman popped in. His name is Michael Siebel, I think, and I listened to his message. I'm literally like 5 times. I felt like it was a pastoral message and I was being taught the word of God, seriously, but for pitch decks. I stopped every screen. I wrote tons of notes. I typed out everything he said, and then I created my pitch deck, or went back and worked on it based on that. I still had 46 pages though. So I went through the Y Combinator class, but before I did that, I was out doing a hike, and in popped this video story about DoorDash. I was fascinated. I'd never heard their story before, and really I couldn't stop listening to it. I listened to probably several more of this gentleman's story. Then I listened to the Airbnb story and knew that they were connected to Y Combinator. So I thought, you know what, there's something to this business. So, and keep in mind, I was not educated in the whole raising funds area. So I was just learning, what is a VC? What is an angel investor? What is seed? What is pre-seed? What is bootstrapping? Like, I educated myself on everything. So they had a deadline to submit to their Y Combinator class, their accelerator class, which that was very impressive. And I knew right away that would be a cool thing, because they have so many people on staff and so many mentors that they could help you grow. And I am a solopreneur. They prefer to have teams, co-founders, and I don't have that. I've been in business for 10 years. I'm in a situation very similar to Kendra Scott. Her story is phenomenal if you haven't read that or listened to it. But you know, I bootstrapped everything. So all the work that we've done, where we're at, has come by just me sacrificing a lot and continually putting money into the business. Anyway, I submitted all my information to join the accelerator program, which I am so glad I didn't get to be a part of, because I embarrassed myself with what I presented. And there's no way I can go and be gone for 12 weeks while Nifty is in the holiday season. It just couldn't happen. But I did it. I mean, I think that's my whole thing. I've told you that before. Perfectionism is a hindrance to progress. So sometimes you just have to submit and go through the pain of figuring it out, which is kind of what I did. I took their entire class. Anybody who has an interest in raising funds, male or female, take the course. It was so good. They did a really, really good job on that course. And they keep tabs. They send you, I'm sure it's systemized, but they send you a little note to remind you of what to put in their they kind of do a check-in with you, and it really makes you think, oh gosh, I got to have a good answer for that, because Friday's coming or Monday's coming. For me, I do it Monday. They asked for it on Friday, but I'm so busy. So anyway, I got turned down, and I'm glad, because I just wouldn't have been able to do it. But at the same time, it made me walk down a path to listen to other people on how they actually got in. Now, whether or not I ever get into YC Combinator or hey, they become a VC, their group of people, I almost feel like I know them because I've been listening to so many of their videos. And I see that they tend to go with youth and very few women and a lot of tech. Where Nifty is a cross between luxury, master craftsman, and tech. So, because we have the FêteTango app. And I'm hoping they'll listen to me, or at least maybe I could have an interview. But I am telling you, I'm practicing. So they were my first, probably my second or third pitch deck I actually submitted, but I've learned so much since then. Then my next one I submitted is to a gentleman who's also an investor with me in another business, but he did a really good job. He was very kind to me the first time he went through my pitch deck. The second time, very kind. And the third time, he really took an X and red X. Out, out, out. So you really have to be prepared for that, and I'm glad because just the fact that he's so patient and is doing this with me is huge. So it's teaching me a lot. And he told me to put things in the appendix and told me to do different things. But that's where I'm at. I've cut the pages down to like 25 now, and I have maybe 10 for the pitch deck, and the rest are in the appendices. So know that that's something to think about. But then I saw some other female founders. Her name is Jess, and she works with Sequoia. She had some great wisdom and great advice. So I'm writing all this down. I'm making these changes, and I'm educating myself and how to go in and ask. And then my daughter-in-law, who I adore, she said, have you watched Shark Tank? Well, okay, I'm definitely a B-type personality. The gift that I have is tenacity. I don't give up. I'm not sure I'm gifted in too many other areas, but I absolutely love my grandchildren. I am over 60. Yay for us silvers. Go silvers. Listen, hey, side note. You've probably heard me say this in many videos. We need to ride this wave. Don't get caught up underneath it. The fact that youth is looked at all the time as such a positive, I'm going to tell you this. It is a positive. It's amazing. It's beautiful. But so are those of us over 55, over 60. We're not the same today. And think about Kentucky Fried Chicken. He blew up at age 65. So I have several years to go before I do that. But anyway, that's my video 2 on the VC angel investing journey. Next time, I'm going to share a story with you about this incredible woman I met in a fluke situation and how exciting that was.